Well, we came out of the campground, and this is, we're thinking the other part of Hunting Island State Park. So we are going to walk out on the beach. And a few years back, we walked down that way to what they call the Boneyard. And I made a good video of it on B Cox 1216. And I'm not sure we're going to get that much walking done today, because we got just the day and then tomorrow's Thanksgiving, and then we're departing on Friday, so we've got to do some things, go to the store, and we've got just got things to do. So we touring, we don't have a lot this time like we did when we was here the last time, and so we're just going to try to make a little footage. But a few of the trees here, the palm trees, have lost their tops out of them because there's been some more wind damage down here since we was here 2 years back. So we don't know what the boneyard will look like. So let's walk out here and see. We come out of the campground and drove up to the state park, Hunting Island State Park, which we are going to go see if we can walk up to the boneyard. The palm trees have lost a lot of tops there, but the boneyard's way down that way. Can't even see it. I can't remember if we could park closer to it, but it's way down that way. I don't see it. We either walked a long way that day or got to do some exploring. Here comes Tony. He's been trying to get the 360 ready. But there's been I guess Helene or whatever came through, you know, because it's been 2 years since we've been here. And the dunes there is washed up. So we'll see, maybe the boneyard might have got washed into the inland. Go look and see. At this point in the video, we'd like to say we thank y'all for coming back and watching our videos, and hopefully we'll start growing and making our videos. But we have been fighting the crud for a couple of weeks, so we was hoping to already have our Thanksgiving video out of our Thanksgiving meal. But we're working with kind of old stuff, old Movie Maker, and you know, like I said, this stuff's all kind of new to us, and we're trying to figure it out. But this is where we walked down to the boneyard. We didn't do a complete walk through the boneyard and all the stuff, but it shows quite a bit of it.
It shows you how
excuse me.
It shows you how if you ever get in this area, that you would definitely want to go down and check this out.
Look at the boneyard.
Yeah, and check your tide schedule though, because that will tell you how much time you have down there
to walk through it. Yeah, because the tide was coming in, and so we could not go out much farther, and I took a risk of getting caught in all the stumps and the roots and stuff. So, yeah. But it was a beautiful day.
It was.
And but we are we had moved from that location, and we're getting ready to be moving from this location. But we're on our second week, like I said, fighting this crud, the cough, and seems like so many people that we've talked to have gotten it. So
and it started out just a common cold, but I guess this cough thing is going to hang on as best as we can tell. But we still consider ourselves,
yeah, two lucky people with
a second chance,
because we're still living our life. We haven't been able to kayak and bicycle or either unload the motorcycle yet on this trip.
We haven't been able to talk much either.
Yep, so thanks for watching.
Thank you.
And you still got some more to watch. Where we left, rode around, came back. This is the way we got to go to get to it and talk to someone. And they said they was here to see it too, and they thought it was about a mile walk. So we're walking the beach now to see if we can't get up here to where the boneyard used to be. Been 2 years since we've been here and we couldn't remember. Seen a lot of things, I guess, in the last couple of years. And so let's go up here and see. Okay, we made it from back yonder. I don't know if it was quite a mile, but it might have been. It might have been, do you reckon? And this was the old Parkway Road that used to go in. We got to figure out how to get up through here without. We're not sure if the tide's coming in or going out. You want to walk up through here? Yep. This is the old busted up. This used to go to some cottages. I can't recall right off hand on the memory, but it seemed like there was 5 or 7 houses down here. Yeah, then there was just the one blue house that sat out there in the ocean for a while. That was the last one, yeah. They said you could look up, they told us a couple of years ago when we was come across some people, they told us we could look up the old blue house, or Google the old blue house on Hunting Island. You can see the story of it. But man, can you imagine how angry this ocean was that day when it come up through here? And what storm it was. I guess we'll try to, well, we'll research that and put it on the channel, but for this.
When it started, it's probably been several storms ago.
Not, don't fall. So we're gonna make it down to the trees. Okay, we're gonna walk back. We didn't get a lot of it covered, like I said earlier, but it's just
The tide is coming in.
yeah, the tide's still working its way in, and we didn't want to take a chance to get trapped up there, and we're on short time this trip. But it's just amazing to see all of this damage. We just met a lady, not sure where she said that they live.
She's from Columbia, South Carolina.
Columbia, South Carolina. And she said that they stayed in the cabins that was out here that got took out by this storm. She said they used to come there and stay in. And then over here, did you tell them already?
No.
Over here is the Laguna. And they said Forest Gump, this side, is where Forrest brought in
Bubba and Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan over this thing across the Laguna. And
Get him out of the...
so the cameras would have been set up over here, and there would have been a feminine coming over. But this is where that was at. That's what we was told.
Yeah,
and
pretty interesting.
yeah, pretty interesting. But that's the Laguna. And then you see these trees just sitting on top of the ground. I guess they still got some type of root system in the ground, and there's some big, tall, heavy trees, and you just think some of them hurricanes that came up here would have moved them, took them down. But look how thick this asphalt is. I mean, I don't know if that's 8 inches.
Okay.
Pretty thick. And that water was angry. Come on, lose my flip-flop there. Got to navigate your way across through here.
Look at this chunk here. That's way bigger than 8 inches. Well, no, I guess that's 8 inches.
And then the concrete there, I don't know what it was.
Sidewalk maybe?
It might have been a sidewalk or something right here beside the road. All the rebar in it. The last couple years ago when I made the other video when we were down here and trying to figure it out because we didn't know what happened. We were trying to think, you know how people are when they want to ride out that storm. And we said, boy, we heard it took out all them houses but that one. And I said, yeah, I'd hate to have been sitting in that house thinking we're going to ride this one out. 'cause it would have been probably the last ride.
Down.
Yep. Hey, you wanted to come in over here, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I wish we had more time, but we're kind of on a time crunch. Gotta go to the grocery store. High tide still working its way in a little bit. We can't spend all day down here trapped in the high tide trying to make our way across that driftwood.
Brick red.
No. Just sit there and enjoy the day.
Yeah.
But it is a beautiful beach down here, beautiful island. But that lady also said this was the fastest erosion island.
Fastest eroding island, which it's getting beat up more than the rest of them. Faster. We'll pick up this trash on them.
So we don't know if that's true, but that's what she told us, that it's being eroded faster than any of the other islands on the
She
east
seems
coast.
to be pretty knowledgeable.
She did, yep. She got her bag so she can get that trash up off of the beach. And I'm sure these metal things are somewhat in here, I guess, to keep the erosion down.
Not trying to.
Well,
It's been out there a while. It's got barnacles on it.
been out there for a while, so it's been living out on the water for a while. So it's got barnacles on it. Something done caught it home.
It's not my beach, but it is my beach. And like trash.
Let's see, I think we only got to cross one more of the metal things, maybe.
right.
Yeah, and we'll be back to the parking lot. So I hope you get a chance to get out and travel a little bit.
This would
See
be
some of this
yeah,
stuff.
This would be a place to put on your go-to list. Campground's reasonable. You got a camp, South Carolina door, whatever your window ticket, you can get in here in the South Carolina State Parks. But if not, you got to pay a little something. But I'd say it was still worth it.
But we don't think the bank over here, I think it was just like regular sand dunes the last time we was here. But you can tell the water has chopped away at them. And it's only been, I guess, 2 years ago, because it was this time, around this time 2 years ago, that we was down here on our way to Florida.
Yep. First time we'd ever been here.
Oh yeah,
Amazing.
it's always the first time being here is the learning, and just the first time seeing it, and it's just amazing. I mean, you just get wrapped up in everything you haven't seen, and we had seen some stuff about it before we got here, but I'm sorry, the video and the pictures, and they don't do justice. I mean, if you can get here on the ground and see it yourself, it's
Amazing.
yep, it's better to experience that way. But there's some people that's not able, financial or physical.
Physically,
Yep. So if you can enjoy some of the videos and pictures
We
and
hope
dream
you do,
about it.
yeah.
Yep. We hope that can bring you some kind of enjoyment. So, but we're gonna end it here because nothing really exciting gonna happen. So we're gonna make our way to the
Make your way back to the beach.
to the deep. So we made it off of the road over here, and we come down, and of course this used to be the water supply line that went down beside the road, and of course the old fire plugs, and the road eventually turns and goes out that way in the ocean. When it's low tide, you can see the broken up asphalt some, and but but it's been, this storm had been a long time ago. All the houses that was back here got got taken out, but the one house, old blue house, I can't remember how they said to look it up. Hunting Island, old blue on Hunting Island, or it was an old blue house that stood out in the ocean before they finally took it down. But all the PVC pipe that was, and it all gets rearranged when the storms come in and the angry waves. But then the boneyard is what they call all the driftwood. If nobody went over to look at the video that I made at Cox 1216 on Rumble, that's what that is. We're not going to walk it like we done that a couple of years back, but
It looked like a cannon. Waves coming
well,
in.
yeah, it looked like, I don't know if it's high tide or we still got a little bit to go, but we could be trapped in there if we.
Yeah.
So we'll walk down here. I say 1 minute and 30.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, it's just something to see. Just you think about the power of the storm. I see. And then that 1 year or 2 years ago, when it was, we was here. A big old tree laying out in the ocean, and it might have got pushed in with Helene, because they probably got pounded with some water down here as well. But this is
This is where the road was.
well, yep, had the asphalt. But it's been, I don't know how many years ago, but it's been a bunch of years ago since all this took place. But it was an angry storm, and it was 5 or 7 cottages down here, and took them all out. But Old Blue, and then finally Old Blue, I really don't remember if they tore it down, if that's what we found, or if it just fell into the water. But I don't recall, because the picture that I seen,
Blue cabin, I know that much.
blue little cabin sitting out there in the middle of the ocean. But that didn't used to be ocean. It was it's a funny looking square thing there. But it didn't used to be ocean. It was all land and all trees around there. This is what they call the boneyard. Hunting Island, South Carolina State Park. Well, I tell you, it's kind of warm down here walking in the sun. I think it was 68 or 69, but just in the sunlight, it's hot. I believe the tide's coming in, so we're not going to get trapped in the driftwood all down through there, but that's what this is the driftwood. I filmed Tony there. She walks off. She's doing the 360 thing there for the put on Rumble and YouTube. This might go on there too, but splice them together. Let me zoom down here. All right, I'll leave y'all with that. And this is the other side of the lagoon. Tony corrected me. It's not a Laguna, that's a car. And I had one, type S3. But this is the lagoon that they used in the movie for Forest Gump. And they come up over one of the banks over here, and he was toting Lieutenant Dan, or either Bubba Gump.
And Lieutenant.
I don't remember which one.
Both of them.
I watched it once or twice, but there's a lot of people that like that movie a whole lot. But anyway, this is the lagoon that it was filmed at.